You're watching SCAC Softball Media Days, and joining us today from Seguin, Texas, it is the Texas Lutheran University softball team head coach Wade Wilson and senior outfielder Molly Gorrie. And first of all, thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Coach, we'll start with you. It is your first season in the SCAC. In 2014, you come over from a very tough softball conference, the American Southwest. Tell me about the excitement level to be joining a new conference and to get going here in the new year.
We're excited about it. It's something new. There's some familiarity there with Schreiner coming over with us, who was in our conference last year. And then us having played Trinity and Southwestern, just because they're so close to it. So there's some familiarity there. We're excited about it, though. It's something new, and anytime there's something new, there's going to be some excitement there. So we're ready to go.
Coach, you enter your third season as coach of the Bulldogs, won an ASC West title a year ago. Just tell me a little bit about your goals and expectations going into this season, and just also about the program you've been able to build so far in Seguin.
Well, we hope to use the momentum we built last season to carry into this season. We've got a lot of returners back. We lost three really good players to graduation last year, and Megan Carmichael in the circle, Brittany Upton and Caitlin McMillan. And Caitlin Sanders is not back this year as well. So there's four key starters that we had. But we have a lot of kids returning. But we've got a really young team. We've got a lot of newcomers as well. So if we can figure out how to get that all put together, then I think we're going to be just fine. So we're excited about that as well. I like young teams.
Molly, I'll turn to you. Share with me a little bit about some of the goals that you've set for yourself this season, as well as some of the team goals that the Bulldogs have set for themselves in 2014.
As for this season, my goal really, or what I want to accomplish is just to come out being the best leader that I can be for the team, and to leave them with something that they can remember me by, whether it's by how I play or how I represent the team or how I help them out, whether it's their position or just them overall in the field. That's really my goal, is just to leave with something for them to remember me by.
Coach, I'll turn back to you. Tell me a little bit about this preseason so far. What have you seen from this group of girls as you get ready for opening day?
Well, I think we're a talented bunch. We've still got a lot of competition going on right now. I don't think there's a clear-cut front nine that we could put out there. So we've got competition going on in the circle. We'll probably platoon catchers back there. In Infield and Outfield, we still have kids that are competing for starting jobs. And until there's a clear-cut winner, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of kids playing right now until we figure that out.
Coach, also tell me a little bit about the seniors you have this season and how important they are going to be for this team's success, especially having a younger team.
Really, we've got Molly and Jessica, who have been with me for 3 years. They were here when I got here. So it's going to be important. We have Ashley Jacobson and Hope that are in the same situation. Those four I'm going to rely heavily on because they've been with me the longest, and they know me, and I know them the best as well. So we expect a lot out of them. I think it takes more than one person to lead when you're looking at leaders because of personalities. And when you have that many kids, there's no way that I can get to all of them. There's no way that Molly or Jess or any of them can get to all of them. So if we can get to a few, and then we'll count on our four upperclassmen to handle the rest and be able to create some bonds there and some respect and be able to lead. And I think that's important. And they've done a great job of that. I couldn't ask for four better kids to lean on to help us lead in that direction. So we're excited about that as well. I mean, you got there's some. Back to the word familiarity again. They're familiar with me and they know what I expect, and I know what they expect as well.
Molly, I'll turn back to you as one of the seniors on this team. Tell me a little bit just how important it is for you to emerge as a leader this season.
Well, with all the newcomers coming in and not many of them, like Coach said, knowing what he expects and the way he works on the field, it's really important for us to stand up and for me to stand up and try to teach them on the side, or to answer any questions they have, or if they do something wrong, to point it out if Coach doesn't say something to them. It's really just to help them step by step and to help them realize what's going on in the field and realize if they need anything that I am here to help them, and I will always be a leader and always just be there for them no matter what.
You're watching SCAC Softball Media Days here with the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. Head coach Wade Wilson and senior outfielder Molly Gorrie. And Coach, we'll come back to you as we take a look at some of the positions. Tell me a little bit about your pitching and catching coming in this season.
Well, our pitching staff, other than Elise Lavenka, is all new. We've got a couple transfers, and then we've got a handful of freshmen. So it's going to be new for us, and we're still trying to figure that out, and who's going to emerge as a number one, number two, and we haven't even figured out if we're going to have a number one, number two, if we're going to pitch by committee. We've got Kim Leshbrew, who's a transfer from Trinity Valley, who we expect a lot out of, just because she's a junior and she's been there. She took her team to the College World Series last year, the JUCO World Series, so we're expecting a lot out of her. Taylor Grissom is a transfer from Mary Hardin Baylor, she had a great fall, and she's done extremely well to this point in the spring, so we expect a lot of big things out of her. Freshman-wise, we have Amanda Lochte, who had a tremendous fall, and in spring she's carried it over the spring, so we're really excited about her. Sam Yenning is a freshman from Brazos Wood, who started out in the spring and trying to fill the roles, but she's really come. I mean, the fall she was trying to figure it out, but she's really come on so far in the spring for us. So we look for some things out of her. Nicole Snow is a position player as well, but she could see time in the circle. We've got Vinny Pizzana, who's a freshman out of Odom, Texas, who is. I think the bright lights are going to get her a little bit. She's come from a small district in a small town, but she's got a lot of talent. And then Elise is Elise. Elise gives people fit because of what she does. So she's a situational pitcher and kind of a setup person. So we're excited about all those guys. I think I got them all there. And then our catching, we've got three catchers, and Hope Estes returning, who's been a leader for us for a while. And then Jennifer Gallagher has made a transition from third to catcher this year. She started for us mostly here at third last year. And so she's going to be behind the plate this year. And then we have Nicole Clotfelter, who athletically is a freshman. So we've got three kids there, and we'll probably roll with two or three catchers just to keep their legs fresh. So there's going to be some uncertainty there, but I think we've got enough arms and enough talent to piece something together to win a few ball games.
And Coach, as we move along, tell me a little bit about the Infield this season.
Well, I think our infield is as strong as anybody's. Really excited about that. We still have some good competition going on at third base. We've got a couple kids over there. They can see time there. And Heather Hummel's a transfer from McNeese, who defensively is very strong and potentially offensively has a chance to be really good. Megan Taylor's another good. She played in the outfield for us last year, but could see some time at third as well this year. And we've got Jessica is going to see time at third and first, but primarily as a hitter is where we see Jessica. And then our shortstop is, I think, hands down, is Grace Estes. She's a heck of a player and sophomore and does a good job for us. And then Ashley Jacobson, who I think is the best player in the conference at second base, and I think she has a chance to be. I think she was an All-American second baseman last year. So we've got her back for a couple more seasons. We expect a lot out of her. And then Taylor Yancey at first, who had a great year for us last year as a freshman and hit over 500 for us in the fall. So we're expecting a lot of big things out of her. And we've got some depth there. We've got depth at every position with some young kids. So, and pretty talented young kids. They just happen to be playing behind some really good kids in front of them. So our infield is pretty solid, and I feel pretty strong about our infield.
Molly, I'll turn to you as one of the outfielders on this team. Tell me a little bit about this team's outfield.
Well, this year we only have two returners. It's me and Megan Armistead, which is a sophomore. So there's really more starting back from ground zero with losing Kayla from last year. But out there we have a lot of talent. It's just more right now just bringing it together and getting and understanding everyone's ability. And out there with Coach O'Brien and me, that's mostly what we're working on right now, is just starting back from basics and letting them understand what we're doing out there and how to work different angles and how to work on different fields and just basically going into the little extra details that they need to work on.
We'll get you out on this final question. Molly, we will let you answer first, and then Coach Wilson will let you come in and answer as well, and then give any other final words that you'd like to give for Texas Lutheran to be successful in 2014. What will be some of the keys to success?
The key to success for our team will basically just be taking it step by step. We have a lot of girls on the team, and we have a lot that we can bring in and out, but it's really just taking it step by step, game by game, and realizing that we have a lot of opportunity, and you have to just give yourself that chance, and you have to trust your players and realize that with all the girls that there's going to be a lot of in and out. You're playing now, you're not playing now, and realizing what your role is on the team and applying that role when it's needed.
And Coach?
Well, I think in softball, it all starts in the circle. I think our pitching is going to be a key to a lot of it. And if we can do what we think we can, I think we'll be fine. I think we've got a big team this year, which is something I've never had. I think most of the girls are still transitioning into that because we were so small last year to 26 kids. And so that's going to be interesting. And if we can figure that out, and Molly said trust in each other, but I think a big part of that too is trusting me and trusting the coaches, and knowing that what we're doing is what we think is best for the team, and believing in that. And if we can figure that out, then I think we've got a chance to be very successful. I think if we don't, we could be our own worst enemy as well. So that kind of works. It's a double-edged sword there. It can be great, or it can be just as equally damning on the other side of that as well. So we're excited to see how it goes.
Oh, Coach, I wanted to throw in one more detail. I know the softball complex will be getting lights here very soon. Just tell me the excitement of that real quick, and we'll get you out.
Well, I mean, it's new. I think it's I just talked with Zach earlier this morning, and I think it's kind of like kids the night before Christmas. Christmas Eve. We're so ready to get on it because it's been talked about for so long, and we're starting to see daily. We're starting to see some changes and improvements to the field where it's different than the day before. So we're excited about it. Huber's been very gracious to let us practice and play out there until our field is complete. But it's going to be a nice place once it's completed. Something that our kids can take a lot of pride in, and that's great for TLU and great for our softball program.
You have been watching SCAC Softball Media Days with the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs, head coach Wade Wilson, senior outfielder Molly Gorrie. We thank you so much for taking the time out today and joining us and discussing the upcoming season, and we wish you good luck in 2014.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Athletic Conference, a conference of good sports.